This is the gateway to future world. It's the world of tomorrow, today. And that world awaits through those magic gates.
What's so special about the future?
Well, you see, the future contains all the hopes and the dreams of the past and the present. It's really quite wonderful.
Well, how do you know? You've never been to the future.
Well, of course I have. Don't you remember yesterday I was saying to you that tomorrow we might go to Future World?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Yes, of course. Well, today is the tomorrow I was talking about yesterday. And tomorrow, yesterday, will be today. And I got to the future from the past when the past became the present, which is now. You get it?
Got it.
Good. Did you explain it to me? But all the future starts with the past, and they're both contained inside those walls right there. There'll come a day, not far away, when living out in outer space is no big deal. That day began the day that man first put his mind to work and came up with the wheel. Sometimes it takes a few mistakes before a great idea takes wing and starts to fly. But the progression and foundation of our means of transportation all resulted from a man who said, let's try.
Do you really think I'll ever live in outer space?
Oh, I don't know. You probably will. As a matter of fact, in the future, you might be going to Mars High School.
Do they give homework?
Probably.
You call that progress?
Well, progress is in the eye of the beholder. Take energy, for instance. That's a good one. Beneath the ground, there once was found a large supply of high-grade oil and natural gas, while on the shore, a dinosaur would stand and watch the prehistoric era pass. Men worked today to find a way to stretch the fuel supply, which now has gotten tight. But when the fuel supply is done for, we may all turn to the sun for all the energy and power, heat and light.
Whoever thought of that?
Oh, what do you mean, about using the sun?
Yes.
Oh, well, that idea has been around for centuries. But it took some very sharp people to make it work. But every generation builds on the information that has gone before them. In days gone by, great men would try to put their knowledge down for other men to see. The world took note of what they wrote and passed it on in many ways to you and me. The printing press helped us progress. The telegraph and telephone and TV too. And every step along the way there was a person who would say there must be still a million more great things to do. And there were, and there are, and there always will be. And it's all out there just waiting for little old you.
Sounds exciting.
Well, the future is always exciting, and it belongs to the children. But there's one thing I always want you to remember. Even when you're grown up, you must never stop being a kid. Will you remember that? You will? If you can see the world for what it is and keep that sense of wonder in your heart, well, then I do believe someday you may achieve that perfect state where you'll know all there is to know. And you may grow up to be a kid. If you can keep alive that spark of joy and take delight in everything you see, then I would have to say there is a chance you may be at that place someday where all good dreamers go, and you may grow up to be a kid. Isn't that pretty? If you will always choose the simple truth, then you will never lose the blues. if you can walk the road that lies ahead without a doubt or fear where it may lead, your life will be secure, your dreams will all endure, and you will always feel that extra special glow, and you will grow up to be
Like you?
a kid just like me.
Hey, kid, want to meet somebody from the future?
Well, I would like to, but that's kind of impossible.
Are you telling a personal friend of E.T.'s that's impossible?
Wow.
Come with me.
Okay.
Hi, diddly-dee. An actor's life for me. Hello, humans. Greetings. Hi, diddly-dee.
Seiko, I'd like you to meet a friend of mine. Say hello to Mr. Danny Kaye.
Master K, this is indeed an honor.
Oh, yes. Well, no, the honor is all mine. May I ask you a question?
Proceed.
Do you live around here? I mean, in...
Negative, Master K.
Oh.
I'm just a visitor like yourself.
Oh, I
but
see.
I do have relatives living in Communicore and an Imagination Pavilion and in some very high places.
Well, that sounds like a very good neighborhood.
That is correct. You might say I'm a computer chip of the old block.
Well, where do you come from originally?
I come from somebody's imagination, where all wonderful and incredibly fantastic things come from.
He hasn't been programmed for modesty.
I think you're absolutely right. Somebody was telling me that about a character named Dreamfinder who lives in the Imagination Pavilion.
That is correct, Master King.
And he is the latest creation, I hear, and a real expert on the subject of creativity.
Uh-huh.
You suppose I could meet him?
Your wish is my command, Master K. Dreamfinder, this is Master K and Drew. Drew and Master K, meet the keeper of the sparks of imagination, Dreamfinder.
It's nice to meet you. And this is my assistant and good right arm, Figment.
I understand you're in charge of some very creative things. I would think that would be terribly interesting.
Right you are, for right in there, imagination's everywhere. The visions once inside your head exist inside that place instead. Imagination is my game, the sparks of which ignite the flame of your own creativity. And that's real great for you and me.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Want to go inside?
I sure do.
Then follow her. When it comes to imagination, a child shall lead them.
Come on, kid, and don't get lost or lag behind. And try not to leave your gum wrappers all over the place.
Yes, ma'am, I promise. Come on. When Walt Disney first began to think about Epcot, one of the main objectives was to gather the latest thoughts and the greatest thinkers all in one place because they could share their expertise about the future of man on this planet. Now, although man does not live by bread alone, it's also very true that he doesn't live very long without it. So a great deal of work went into finding new and better ways to feed the entire population of the world. Roy Clark has a few words to say on that subject.